Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody who joins us. Ukraine Media Center Ukrinform continues its operation. My name is Olga Atamanova. It's day 285 of the heroic resistance of the Ukrainian people, and right now we will be talking about the situation in Zaporizhzhia region. Joining us online is the military governor of Zaporizhzhia, Oleksandr Starukh. Good afternoon, Mr. Oleksandr. Good afternoon. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Mr. Oleksandr, we know that in the night the occupiers inflicted another strike on Zaporizhzhia. What's the situation? What is the aftermath? And what's the information we are having at this moment? The consequences are, well, the occupiers hit the industrial infrastructure just like they always do in quite a vile way. Fortunately, there are no casualties or injured, and we will rebuild the infrastructure. About the operation of the power grid in the region, what's its condition, what's the situation in that area? This situation is just like all over the country. There are two schedules, the rolling power shutdowns and the schedule of emergency restrictions. The restriction of consumption is defined by Ukrinform. The power is being shut down in 3 regions in the city and in the adjacent areas, in both residential areas and business sector. And the heat supply, there is heat supply in place, water supply and the gas supply in the regional capital, in the community. So the communities are provided with all the utility services in normal manner. Mr. Oleksandr, aren't you going to announce the evacuation of the people from the towns and villages closer to the forward edge of the battle area? The evacuation is going on a permanent basis. Within autumn, there was 41,000 people who left to other regions of Ukraine, and about 1,000 people leaves the region on a daily basis. Like yesterday it was 900 who left to the safer places in our country. People who remain in their communities, it's from 5 to 20% of the population compared to the pre-war time. So those who could are already evacuated. The local government worked on that issue, and those who remained, we try to provide them with all necessary materials, wood, food, so they can pass this complicated time. I'm in winter. The situation is, I cannot say it's jeopardizing now. The standard number of shellings is about 60 per day. Fortunately, no casualties. Unfortunately, I cannot say that there are no injured. One man was injured yesterday in Gulaypole. So the work is still in progress. I mean, with evacuation of people and maintaining their normal comfort given the circumstances. Back on Friday, the mayor of Melitopol informed us that there are filtration measures imposed by the occupants and the city of Melitopol is blocked. Is the same situation in Berdyansk and other cities of Zaporizhzhia region in temporarily occupied territories? Well, first of all, it's a typical situation. The communities are being blocked for filtration measures. The occupiers check people's phones. They search their homes. It's happening in all the communities. And respectively, there is maraudery and pressure on people. Unfortunately, they get deprived of their properties, valuables, and this is the situation which is happening in all the communities along the front lines, well, specifically in the areas where our armed forces inflict efficient strikes. do the civilians evacuate from the occupied areas, or is evacuation restricted by the occupiers? Within the last weeks, it was dozens of people, but yesterday I know that only one person was able to leave. During autumn, according to our calculation, around 41,000 of our civilians were able to leave the occupied areas and reach to the safer regions of Ukraine. Now the number of those who leave is lower. People have such option, but they are restricted in terms of their movement. Irina Mamchur, Ukrinform. I have a question regarding the collaborationists. The mayor of Melitopol recently informed during the TV marathon that in Melitopol region there is a list of collaborationists which includes around 700 collaborationists. It's a very big number. Do you know what's the number of collaborationists and what's the percentage, if you have such information, of collaborationists and traitors are in local governments and local administrations? And is this number being documented, and what is the phase this work is in? Whether people are collaborationists and traitors will be identified by the court, but I can say that there are more than 200 criminal cases based on the facts of collaboration initiated by national police, security service, and investigations are still in progress, and those who will be found guilty will be brought to liability respectively. So now there are more than 1,000 cases known to us, people who were organizing referendums and other events like that, who are now have different offices in occupiers' administrations, and all those people are being very thoroughly monitored by our law enforcement agencies. So if anybody thinks they will be able to run and hide, they are being mistaken. So all the necessary measures will be taken in their regard by the prosecutor's office. There are already a number of cases brought to the courts. I'm talking about dozens of cases, and for some people are already identified as collaborationists. Mr. Oleksandr, thank you for this valuable information, for finding time to join us. I will remind you, joining us was Oleksandr Starukh, the military governor of Zaporizhzhia. Right now our team is working on the preparation of the schedule for tomorrow, so bear with us. Trust in our armed forces.